Hot dog is my favorite meat.
Piggy goo.
I like hot dogs.
Let's talk about what's in your meat. I do love an expensive something.
That's a good point.
Might as well guzzle down some like
Piggy goo.
Our country's gone to hell. We don't have the same country anymore. We have a divided mess. Our country's gone to hell. We don't have the same country anymore. We have a divided. Our country's gone to hell. We don't have the same country anymore. We have a divided mess.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got him. Down goes Donald Trump. Down goes Donald Trump.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Your celebration.
we got him.
Okay, now, guilty. All 34 counts. Anna.
Now, these are 34 counts having to do with falsifying business records to cover up the campaign finance violations of paying Stormy Daniels and others hush money payments or money to kill. The Karen McDougal story. Now, Donald Trump, of course, did not take the news so well.
You're a nasty person, I'll tell you.
First on the actual sentence, he says, he's not just innocent, he's very innocent. Well, you know what would have helped your cause in proving you're very innocent? If you had presented evidence during the trial. So he never has any evidence. He loses almost every time in court because BS works great in politics and in media, unfortunately. And that's what he's good at, getting in front of a TV and lying until people believe him, until enough people believe him. But that doesn't work in court because then the judge says, yes, but what's your evidence? And he doesn't have any.
No, this is very rigged. It was because of the DA and this.
Well, then how come a jury of your peers convicted you?
You're a nasty person, I'll tell you.
So look, guys, there's going to be appeals, but once you're sentenced, then there's another question of, wait, does he go to, like a normal defendant could go to prison while the appeals are happening? Is that going to happen for Trump? That is very unlikely.
I doubt it.
You're right, July 11th, obviously a monumental date. They're going to sentence a president of the United States. Is he going to get any time? Or could they say, yes, he's guilty, but he should receive probation, parole, community service? I'd love to see him picking up trash on the side of the road.
A lot of us are really smart. I'm really smart. Went to the Wharton School of Finance. Even then, a long time ago, like the hardest or one of the hardest schools to get into. Did well at the school, came out, made a fortune.
He's already orange, it'll match his orange outfit. And by the way, tick, 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 for him firing his lawyers and not paying them. Tick, 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 tick.
That's a really great prediction.
Tick, 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 tick.
I would not bet money against your prediction.
Tick, 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 tick.
The thing that I will say though is
Tick, 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 tick.
But I have this feeling of unease.
Tick, 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 tick.
The media manipulation, there's the political manipulation at a time when the country is already incredibly divided. And I don't know, I'm just uneasy. Right?
No, Anna, you're totally right, and I'm super worried about it because tick, 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 tick. The minute that it was announced that he was guilty on all 34 counts, that's when I started worrying.
Yeah,
Like
same.
it hit me instantly, like, the Trump people are going to be furious about this. Tick, 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 tick.
You famously said regarding Hillary Clinton, lock her up. You declined to do that as president.
I beat her. It's easier when you win. And they all said lock her up. And I felt, and I could have done it, but I felt it would have been a terrible thing. Hillary Clinton, I didn't say lock her up, but the people would all say lock her up, lock her up. Okay, then we won. And I said pretty openly, I say, all right, come on, just relax, let's go. We gotta make our country great.
I mean, that last part was certainly true. After getting elected in 2016, Donald Trump seemed to drop the notion of locking up Hillary Clinton. But placing the blame for the lock her up chants on his supporters, come on. Nah, All right, so look, Trump does have a point that his supporters, in a lot of cases, led the charge on the lock her up, lock her up, lock her up. There are some instances where he didn't say lock her up directly, like at the 2016 RNC.
America is far less safe, and the world is far less stable than when Obama made the decision to put Hillary Clinton in charge of America's foreign policy.
Lock her up, 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 lock her up. But that doesn't mean he never said or agreed with the chants from his supporters. He did on multiple occasions.
You know what? I've been saying, let's just beat her on November 8th. But you know what? No. You know what? I'm starting to agree with you, I'll tell you. Okay, here's one. Just came out. Lock her up is right. You got to speak to Jeff Sessions about that.
Crooked Hillary. And then she went 3 weeks later. I agree.
I'll tell you something, though. It is very lock them up. You shouldn't lock them up. Lock up the Bidens. Lock up Hillary.
So I don't really understand the need to lie about this, especially since his supporters seem to love the chant and love the notion of locking his political opponents up.
Pausing here to deliver some honest truth. I love watching those MAGA guys all the way back in 2015 and 2016 chanting, lock her up, lock her up, lock her up, lock her up, lock her up. As they say today, can you imagine the other side wanting to lock up their political opponents? Lock her up, lock her up. And then they lock up Trump for the same exact thing, but worse. Or they don't even lock him up, they try him. You guys are like, oh, I can't believe anybody would lock him. You can't say that, but you can if you don't give a goddamn about hypocrisy, and you don't. So just admit it for once in your life. Anyway, but Trump, why did he lie in the first place in an interview that just happened when we've seen it on tape hundreds of times, right? Because he can't help himself. He's a pathological liar.
It's so weird. It's so like the lies that don't even need to be said.
At all, at all.
It's so weird.
All he had to do was do the thing that we're giving him credit for. Guys, did I lock him up? Lock her up? I didn't.
Right.
Right?
And he'd have an argument there.
Yeah, and he said, but they did. So we were having fun during the campaign. What she did was wrong, etc.
He's not going to spend a single day behind bars. Anyone who's trying to convince you that he is lying. Besides which, I personally would be against him spending time behind bars. I believe in restorative justice, and he should get beachfront property instead.
And it's taking a dig at the extreme left that says that
doesn't want prison time for actual hardcore criminals who do violent crimes, but all of a sudden they forgot about that and are like salivating at the notion of Trump spending time behind bars.
To be fair, I don't know. I haven't checked in with the specific abolitionists.
I certainly have.
I don't know if the abolitionists say there should be no prison for anyone but Trump. But that would be very, very hypocritical.
They're certainly not opposed to what happened to January 6 rioters.
Yeah.
Come on. Nah.
It is ridiculous to even insinuate that anything should happen to anyone who's a descendant of, slave owners. You don't owe.
No, that is not what he's saying. Sean is saying that destiny is a consequence of what happens when you don't wipe slavery clean from this earth. When you do not wipe clean the entire families and lineage of all slave owners, eventually their kids will go on to have more kids.
So you just blew my mind even more. So they were owned by
another black person. Slavery was a very complicated institution.
Yes, it was.
While most Nepo babies like to deny that they've been given incredible opportunities in life without necessarily earning it because of nepotism. Now, if you've seen Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, seasons 3 and 4 of Stranger Things, or Do Revenge, you're familiar with Maya Hawke, and she says, yeah, I'm a Nepo baby and I accept it.
I totally agree.
Yeah, I do have a specific example that kind of counters what she said there, even though I agree with what she's saying, right?
And I have a specific example of someone that worked here that has said something very similar to her.
Oh, interesting. Okay, It can't be your nephew because he has no self-awareness. But anyway, let me continue with the rest of her.
It can't be your nephew because he has no self-awareness.
So the one exception that I wanted to bring up is something I personally experienced in real life. Can't be your nephew because he has no self-awareness. Just a few weeks ago. So at the Hollywood Bowl, they were doing a show for The Lion King. I can't believe it, but The Lion King, they were celebrating the 30-year anniversary of that movie.
Which makes me very depressed.
And so the song, I Just Can't Wait to Be King, was gonna be performed by a 10-year-old who was making her big debut, right? This is a big deal, this super talented 10-year-old. Christian and I are like in our seats, like we're super excited to like find out who this girl is, right? This 10-year-old girl. And all of a sudden they announce, Northwest.
No!
So for like half a second, I'm like,
oh, come on, right?
But then I'm like, Blue Ivy's really talented, you know, she can perform. So who knows, maybe Northwest is a great singer and like, let me just be open-minded to this. She was awful.
She was awful.
Look, she's a child, so I'm not gonna be overly critical, but she was awful. Like,
it sounds like you're pretty critical.
She was awful, she was awful. Let's just.
She was awful, she was awful. Let's just.
I'm just amused by the names. Like I lost track of who Northwest was. I have no idea who Blue Ivy is.
That's Beyonce's daughter.
Oh, I see,
Yeah,
okay. And did Alaska Airlines sing at all or no?
Okay, get out of here.
Okay.
Get out of here.
I live in a glass house. I named my son Prometheus. Now, look, I think her answer, Maya Hawke's answer, is as good as it gets because it's honest and it's self-aware. Look, self-awareness is enormously disarming.
Oh, interesting, okay. It can't be your nephew because he has no self-awareness.
What a fucking liar, dude. What a fucking Weasley little liar, dude.
What the fuck is her deal with you? Drama alert. TYT cooks a song. This shit has like 300 likes. Like, I don't understand why you guys elevate my fucking weirdo haters.
Sorry to throw a little 10-year-old under the bus, but come on.
We've done it before with Will Smith and Jada Pinkett Smith's kids, unfortunately.
Let's not bring that up.
And then Will Smith then yelled at me. No! But anyway.
At least he didn't slap you.
I was gonna say, he didn't slap me. We have a nice picture together. Anyways.
As shootings spike in Chicago, one local politician is basically attempting to cover it up by making it harder for local residents to get crime alerts. You know, instead of actually addressing the spike in shootings. Yeah, listen, if people are so smooth-brained, I don't know. Let me give you the details.
On the left. We're all on the left. We don't want people dismembering folks getting released. Only a couple of lunatic.
Some do.
Cenk, I agree, totally on point.
No, what I was in the middle of saying is only a couple of lunatic activists are like, yeah, we're pro dismemberment guys being let go.
What? No, God, you won't even let me have fucking like 10 seconds, 15 seconds? I can't, I barely just finished saying, oh wait, Cenk's on point here. Yeah, he's.
Consider the difference, the distinction between a progressive or someone on the left, broadly speaking, who is actually genuinely concerned about this issue due to the number of victims that arise as a result of doing absolutely nothing about it by just ignoring it and pretending like it doesn't exist. It does exist. And there needs to be solutions. Just hiding the statistics from the general public and then gaslighting them. Like if I hear another person in my ear about like, oh, it's a false impression. It's a false perception.
Allow me to put together this little educational video.
Every time I turn my head, someone is spreading lies and propaganda about bail reform and trying to link it to.
I'm a smug lib who lives in like a super wealthy part of town and doesn't have to deal with shootings every single weekend, but I'm a good person. So I'm just gonna brush off people who are concerned about these issues in these parts of town by saying that they have a false perception of rising crime, even though the statistics are right there in front of our
I've had secret federal filings follow me that I'm committing crimes, referred to the Justice Department, and anybody else that tries to go on you want war, you got it. We're gonna beat these people. I'm not trying to be dramatic here, but it's been a hard fight.
Wow.
But first of all, I can't believe his Amish friend isn't helping him at all. I thought the Amish were better than this. If you show the video again, you'll see that on the panel there appears to be a Amish gentleman.
It appears that there are two people on that set that are terrified by his meltdown.
Oh yeah, like the other, he like looks like he's like almost withdrawing from the set. Like,
I mean, how could you not? He looks like he's about to explode. I mean, he is exploding. He's in the process of exploding right now.
Yeah. My favorite is when he cries later, and that is actually, see the Amish dude on the left.
Look at that guy. Maybe we should consider selling boner pills.
No, I know. Look, that's what's so frustrating here, guys. These guys are all hucksters, so they sell miracle shakes and brain pills. Like, that audience is gonna get smarter.
Sorry, but come on.
Penis pills, and because the frogs are gay, you're gonna need these and stuff. Penis pills.
I don't want to pay my bills. I'm a deadbeat.
And
I mean, he could
conservatives
try.
are like,
Deadbeats, we love deadbeats.
and he probably has definitely has no remorse about what he did to those families, chasing one of them around the whole country, his maniac followers threatening to kill them, etc. But he's like, yeah, but I'm selling them boner pills, so right? Yeah. But now, as soon as somebody touches half his money, he's a sobbing mess. Like, he never cries over anyone else getting hurt, ever. He totally melts. He's such a bitch, right? Okay. Penis pills.
All you little people with child privilege. Ooh, I'm taking paternity leave. Maternity. Oh my God, I'm gonna be late for work. Wait a second. I took 10 days paternity, and even I thought that was way too much. There is someone on the show who will remain nameless as a guy took the full 6 weeks paternity.
Producer talking to you.
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
Wow, such great fathers. Regretful about taking time off work to spend with an infant, their newborn, and their wife.
What joke?
I'm old school, and I didn't take a lot of paternity time off at all. Plus, I run the company, so it's kind of not optional, right? But there's a giant difference between someone doing it voluntarily and then shaming someone for doing it and shaming them on TV. When John took paternity days off, if I was like,
God, can you believe that guy's taking time off?
I mean, to Fox's credit, they do offer the benefit.
Claudia Sheinbaum, a close ally of Mexico's current president, Andrés Manuel López Obrador, declaring victory overnight.
Mexico has made history, and they did so over the weekend by electing Claudia Sheinbaum, the country's first female president. She's also the country's first Jewish president. And that makes me want to immediately jump to a hilarious misconception. Let's go to the graphic by Todd Richmond, who says, important to note that she is not involved in the Jewish community and thanked Jesus for her victory. Interesting. Could it be that maybe she thanked Jesus because Jesus is the name of her husband?
Oh, snap, snap, snap.
Mexico's mainly Christian, so
like,
I mean, look.
Can you freaking imagine that that's what that is where your head immediately goes to? Oh, she thanked. By the way, what if she actually did thank Jesus Christ? Who cares?
So what? So what? Look, we should be celebrating a number of things. Number one, first female president of Mexico.
Who cares?
So what? So what? By the way, half of their Congress is women.
Who cares?
So what? So what? The point is, look at this new thing. You know how when Trump started saying fake news, right-wing despots across the world started saying fake news, right? Now, there's a new talking point spread by Biden and the Democrats. Anyone who's your opponent is against democracy. Now, look, in Trump's case, I think it's true. I've explained it 100 times. But look at them so easily using that same talking point when a left-wing populist movement challenges the rich and powerful in that country. All of a sudden, they're against democracy. No way, okay. Well, why are they against democracy? Because they want democratic elections for Supreme Court.
It's insane. Yeah.
All right, now back finally to the historic nature of this. Israel has elected a female prime minister. Turkey has elected a female prime minister. Germany has, now Mexico has, and on the list goes. But America, nope, still not there yet.
Who cares?
So what? So what?
Girlfriends are paying other women to test their boyfriend's loyalty through social media, thus making it abundantly clear that maybe they should just end the relationship before they engage in weird psychological tests.
So this girl messaged me on Lazo and asked me to DM her boyfriend. So he reacted to my old story and put heart eyes. I said, thank you. He said, oh no, you're perfect. So what do you like to do for fun? I said, I like to try new restaurants, would love if you would take me out to one. He said, whatever you want, princess. I said, I love that. So are you single? He said, I am. I said, me too. And the girlfriend had seen enough, so then I blocked him.
I'm gonna say things that are inappropriate. So Cenk, why don't you take it from here?
Yeah, look, guys, don't do this. This is, all right, first of all, this girl started this, as Anna pointed out, when she got cheated on. You know when she got cheated on? In high school. You know why your boyfriend cheated on you in high school? Because he's in high school.
Don't be fair.
Okay.
There are good boys out there who don't cheat even though they're in high school.
That's only because they don't have the opportunity. Okay, 16-year-old boys are going to say yes. This, you're fishing here. You're.
It's entrapment.
It's entrapment, yeah.
Is it though?
Yes. No, they had a perfect text. They had a perfect text. This is entrapment.
Hold on, what about the gentleman who didn't take the bait?
Even that, see, I hate it on every ground because.
Me too, because
that guy sounded super rude. Like, I'm like, no.
That's why you took offense to it?
Yeah, like the number one determination of whether you're gonna cheat or not, or determinative factor, I should say.
I'm not really liking your analysis here, okay?
I know, because you have a hot husband and he has a lot of opportunities.
No, I do not have a hot husband. My husband is very unhot, and I need you bitches to stay the F away.
And I need you bitches to stay the F away.
Yes. And so it's not that complicated. It's like the old joke about why does a dog lick his testicles?
Okay, all right. I know women, right? So if some woman is sleeping with my husband, you know what she's gonna, she can't wait for the moment I find out about it. She's gonna find a way to ensure that I find out about it. And I will find out about it. He knows I'll find out about it.
Yeah, you're like the top investigator in the country.
I don't need to look through your phone, okay? The truth always comes out. And I need you bitches to stay the, what's the freaking point?
Yep, totally.
You know, I don't trust, women out there. You better watch out.
Okay.
I'm watching you.
All right. All right. Oh, like we get recognized in public all the time. There's no way that I could cheat without getting caught. No way, right? Like, okay. All right. All right. All right. You're gonna get caught.
You're gonna get caught.
Yeah, and you don't need this app to get caught.
And I need you bitches to stay the F away.
Yes, it's over. It's totally over. Joe Biden didn't pick up a single voter there. He lost millions of votes there. He looked ancient. He sounded ancient.
Human sacrifice, dogs and cats living together, mass hysteria.
It's over. It's totally over. Nobody was even listening to what he was saying, even when he was in the middle of losing his train of thought. And you're like, but even then, don't worry about it because nobody heard him. He spoke at a whisper. He mumbled so much. He looked incredibly weak.
Come on, tell us how you really feel.
And he looks honestly 101.
I really don't know what he said at the end of that sentence. I don't think he knows what he said either.
Now, the reality is that Donald Trump had a terrible debate. He said lunatic things nonstop. He said the line, "In my administration, we had H2O."
This isn't true. That water has not always been H2O? Yeah, all you have to do is cross the Mexican border. And over there, it's aqua.
And did not follow it up with anything else.
It was true, at least.
Yeah. You have an obligation to kick his ass in that debate. Yep. So when he says about Biden, he's like a Palestinian. Did you just say I'm like a Palestinian as if it's an insult?
Yep.
So then you can go.
Right? And he just used Palestinian as an insult. It's.
I know. Look, I know. Look, I know. Look, I know. Look, I know Americans, unfortunately, in general, don't care about Muslims, Palestinians, etc. But at least the Muslim, but young voters do. At least the young voters pick them up. He's giving them to you, and he can't. He didn't do that. He didn't do anything else. And Trump says one maniacal thing after another. Biden comes back. I could beat you in golf. The split screen killed him, John. They're showing both of them, and while Trump is talking, Biden's got his mouth open. On behalf of the Democratic Party, I throw it in.
Biden's done.
You know why they're doing this? You know why they put up this feeble old man, this elder abuse that they're doing right now? But everyone around him, if there's a different candidate, they all lose their power. You think they don't see him in the White House every day? You don't think that they see him going, This was at his best. Imagine him at his worst. They all know that. You're gonna run that guy.
You're not that guy, pal. Trust me. You're not that guy.
Joe Biden, who can't speak?
Yeah. Look.
I can feel myself rot.
But they tried to, we got this. You know what? We just get Morning Joe to tell everybody he's a dynamo behind the scenes, and we just get everybody in media, and we'll tell the progressives,
shut up, and you have to do cheerleading for Joe Biden and just rah, rah, rah.
And everybody in mainstream media, pretend he's healthy. Number one, he lost his train of thought 2 different times in just terrible ways. And there's one way of losing your train of thought. Hey, I was gonna say something. Damn it, I forgot it. All right, I'll come back to it, right? That's how you lose train of thought.
We do that.
And it's normal. No, you can't do that. You can't do that. He ended one question by saying, by the way, and that was that. He looked like Fire Marshal Bill, that old Jim Carrey character. Biden goes to Paris Accords and the other countries are doing it. Come, look, the only people left that are still saying Biden should be our candidate and he's perfectly fine are now officially blue MAGA. So just like red MAGA thinks, what do you mean?
What do you
mean? I don't care that Trump lost 60 cases in a row. I don't care that he doesn't have any evidence. He won the election last time.
And now blue MAGA is saying,
I don't know what you're talking about. I watched that debate. I thought Biden was dynamic, and I think he's going to beat Donald Trump easily. That was a great debate.
If Biden is the nominee and Trump doesn't either choke on a filet-o-fish or literally go to federal prison, Trump is going to win.
Or I ran in that crazy desperate primary campaign against Biden because every time I talked to non-political people, I would ask them, what do you think of Biden? What do you think of Trump, right? 100 out of 100 said he's too old about Biden. And they're like, he's weak, he's old, I'm worried about him. When a rando that doesn't follow politics says about your candidate, I'm worried about him.
You got the wrong candidate.
Okay, I'm done with it. If you think that that's the best candidate the Democrats have in this country, you're a full-blown lunatic. Sorry. And I don't care if you say,
oh, Jay, you hurt my feelings. I'm not gonna watch Young Turks anymore. I just want to show them a lie to me. Please lie to me and tell me that was a beautiful, dynamic candidate and we got this thing locked up.
I'm gonna say one more thing about this. That
it's over. It's totally over.
Out Benny, out Benny, to mix this up, mash this up, out Benny, mash this up in his TYT mashups, which are very entertaining, and I highly recommend you watch it. Out Benny, out Benny.
Come on. Come on. Nah,